No worries.
Alrighty, hello. Welcome everybody to the official second episode of the Blockchain Dynamics podcast. We're happy to be here. My name is Brandon Doge.
And I am Jukely. And with us is Not So Fast.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
And so we are going to talk about this last week in crypto and the amazing new investment thing that people are into. It's crazy, right?
Yeah, this whole new
Where
crypto
are
thing.
we?
Just hearing about it. What's going on apparently?
Yeah, so, I mean, obviously Ethereum is pumping like something I've never seen before.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't there for the Litecoin pump when it shot up to $50 or whatever, but I kind of feel like even then that was a pretty short-lived deal, and this Ethereum pump has just been going and going and going. It's really incredible. I mean, I definitely haven't seen anything like it. I don't know. You've been in the game for a long time as well. Not so fast. What do you think?
Yeah, I know. I totally agree with you guys. It's just such a ridiculous bull market on something like that, and there's so much big money. It almost feels like institutional money is going in there, and there's all sorts of like scalping and swing trading. There's so much liquidity. It's pretty cool to behold that something like that's legit. And there's I think there's some economic stuff and some flight from Bitcoin to Ethereum and a whole bunch of shit going on. I can say shit, right?
Oh, yeah, you can say anything
you
you want.
Whatever you want, yep.
Hooray! Shit.
Yep, shit. It's all on the table.
Anyway, we could all three of us could go on just about Ethereum for an hour, but yeah, defer to you. Crazy.
No, yeah, it was nuts. I remember I was talking to Brandon on like Wednesday, and it wasn't above 2 million Satoshis at that point, I don't think. And so I was like, man, if I knew that this was actually going to go above 2 million Satoshis even right now, I would buy so fucking much of it. But I, at that point, still wasn't sure. That's what's so amazing to me.
It's one of those coins that's really hard to play. I actually have a bot deployed on Ethereum that I put into action about a month ago. And it's doing really well, obviously. I think it's probably pretty easy to do well with something like that in a market like this. But it's one of those things where the price is so high that I even, when the bot makes money, I'm not sure if I should even put it back into Ethereum at this point, because it's it feels like it couldn't possibly go up any higher, but it's felt that way for so long already that it's hard to believe. But it's really fun. And it seems...
with a strong trend. Yeah, you can't fight it. You just have to go forward and go along.
It feels like it's kind of it's spreading to the entire market now, too. One of my favorite things about these huge pumps is how it affects sometimes it seems like every single coin is just going crazy. And that's one of those moments we have now. It's like every coin that I have seems to be going up.
Did you mine any Ethereum not so fast?
Yeah, you know what's funny? I didn't mine it hardly at all at the beginning. I was like, oh, they're asking for so much money. This is ridiculous. And it was, since the initial announcement and crowd sale, I was so against it. I didn't touch it at all. And then the guys from actually Block Talk, Freddie to be specific, he was mining it like crazy. And then I thought, okay, I really got to get in on this. It was difficult to set up, so I didn't really deal with messing around with rigs until it was much more easy. But the Supernova pool is fantastic. I got set up with that, and I was actually with GPUs being able to mine about 5 Ethereum a day. I mean, that's doesn't seem like a ton, but GPUs are viable again. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I never got to. I did participate in the ICO though, and obviously I didn't hold my coins this long. When I sold them on the 4th or 5th day during some sort of first pump or something, I was like, oh man, this price is way too high. Like you said, I was like, there's just no fucking way. And even as it was going down, I still didn't really feel like I was sure I wanted to buy back in. And that's how I guess I still feel like I was saying. It's really amazing.
Disbelief. It's funny.
Yeah, it's disbelief.
So did you keep that?
What's that? Not so fast?
Did you keep any of that Ethereum originally?
Nope, at this point I have none. Yep.
Wow.
Looked like you were mining quite a bit of stuff this week.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Some of it we'll get to, and some of it's not worth mentioning because it's just outside.
Yeah.
I can indulge because I have kind of free electricity, so.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's not really worth mentioning. We'll get to it, right?
Cool. Yeah, we will. Yeah, there were a few coins at least from last week that were still around. It seemed like one of them that we were going to talk about a little bit was Cbit. I mined little bit of that, and the dev was nice enough to like comment on our last show and defend his coin, and he might come on next week, which is pretty cool. At least he's putting forth some effort.
I'm also mining CBIT. I've been mining it for a few days now. I'm not sure exactly how long. I've got about I think 5,000. So it's not too hard to accumulate. As far as like the technical premise of CBIT, I'm not really sure in terms of I get that they're kind of trying to prove that this technology or this configuration for Bitcoin could work. But what that actually means for an altcoin, I'm not really sure about. But I do like essentially the level of interest in the thread. I'm seeing, just a lot of people interested in supporting the coin right now. And so as far as mining it, I feel like it's probably fine to mine.
Yeah, it's a deal. I think a lot of people, at least that I've talked to, have been interested in it. I came to the party a little bit late, so I mined a tiny bit just to say that I did, and then I left it to people that got in early. So yeah, I just have a couple.
And one other thing I noticed in that thread is that currently that the dev there is buying coins. So I think he's got an unlimited buy order open for a certain price, and he keeps adjusting the price day by day. So
and I checked that out, and the price is higher than like what I would get for baseline Bitcoin mining. So so far it seems like it's okay. I'm definitely one to keep our eyes on.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Sig still mining, lots of ups and downs. Been interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those, again, you see so many familiar faces floating around with Cygnus, and it's, there's so much attention, but we've also seen this coin, this kind of coin go straight into the dumpster before. I know, I had initially started staking my Cygnus, and the staking rate isn't huge. There's kind of always a choice you have to make on a coin like this, like, am I going to stake this coin, or am I going to try and trade it? And so I sent all my Cygnus to Yobit, decided I wanted to try and trade them, and then I just kind of ended up never actually selling them, so I'm still just holding on to them.
Yeah.
You just set an order and hope that it got hit, but now maybe Yobit's staking it for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, so that's kind of where I am with Cygnus right now. I'm still holding on to it, but I'm not enthusiastic about it.
Yeah, well, they're at least working sort of community-wise. I mean, their community is kind of back and forth, kind of squabbly, but they, are taking votes to maybe adjust something. Well, if they can keep going and going, that seems to be one of the best things a crypto blockchain can do, is just keep persisting and have people around it.
Just people's attention, right? I mean, that with the airdrop, it looked like an empty shell. You know how an altcoin will get launched on Bitcoin Talk being like, we're going to make this whatever the community wants it to be.
Yeah. Let's vote on a name.
Yeah. It's really hard to differentiate yourself, but of course airdrop is the thing right now, and so they had that little airdrop, and it got enough people interested by wanting to maximize the value of what they got for free that and looking for the next Decred or whatever that they jumped on it, and that's why you get something. And then there was that creates buzz because everybody's trying to sell their free little bag for as much as possible, and it's I think it could survive, but I kind of sold my airdrop and didn't look back, looked at other stuff. Not to say that Cygnus is bad or anything. I don't think it is. I just limited attention, right?
No, I think that's a really good analysis, honestly. They're just like they're right on point, definitely, with what you're saying with the trends, essentially, with what's going on right now.
Yep, and I did get in that airdrop on the V.I.P coin as well, and that has gone absolutely nowhere yet. So
yeah, that looks like one that's just kind of I don't expect we'll be hearing much from it.
But people have been posting in there constantly, and it was on that VIX trade site, and people were reporting some serious problems with that. So don't trade there, I guess.
VIX trade as early as it arrived, it seems to be on the way out, unfortunately. But
ouch! Yeah, new exchanges, you really have to be careful with.
Yeah, definitely.
Did you look at VIP at all? Not so fast.
I think that one. I downloaded the wallet and I meant to check it out, and then something else got my attention. Yeah, I barely did. Yeah.
Well, kind of like you were saying about Sig. Literally, the only reason I even approached it was because they were giving away coins for free. I was like, yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, sure. I'll put my email in. I didn't even get in on the airdrop.
So yeah, maybe just following the trends.
Like free coins, right? But
yeah, exactly.
So a lot of people pay attention to it. You think, oh, there could be something to this.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
interesting. And then there's a lot of people on there that, for some reason or another, didn't get the airdrop, felt like they should. A lot of newbie accounts, like with one post saying that they did. So it could all be pretty unscrupulous. Who knows?
Oh yeah, maybe AstroTurf or multiple accounts or something.
Mm-hmm. Eclipse I've been mining some too, especially at the beginning. I actually was like, oh man, I am in here too late. I wish I was going to get in on these high pos blocks. I managed to get one.
Nice. Yeah, that's one of those coins. Eclipse is the kind of coin that I used to love when I was doing crypto full time, because it's like you're just sitting there waiting for those launches, and then if you're the first one to get the miner up, you'll get like 50 blocks right away or whatever, and then everyone else kind of drives up the price for you by mining it. And that it just the economics of that just don't seem to work out anymore. People they don't really seem to be biting unless there really is something else to go on.
Well, the major rock star of that is Sir Astral from Bitcoin Talk.
Oh, yes.
Formerly Shadowrunner. He's the man. He's got scripts in place and everything to get up and running right away. And I think he's even a little bit bored of it because, exchanges don't list it in the first 7 minutes anymore. So it's not like...
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of bound to happen anymore. It's like, for a while there, it was like, oh, you're the first one up on the pool, congratulations on your free Bitcoin, but... it's kind of bound to for the market to catch up with that, and now you don't see quite as much of a mad rush anymore. I feel like you have a lot more time to scope out coins and accumulate them these days.
Yeah, there's a lot more talk about like waiting for that initial rush to die down and something else to steal the attention away while you go in there and you're the only person on the pool after the fact for as long as you want, basically.
Yeah. I kind of forgot really too, because I was just mining it with my one GPU at home. So
really
that's
fun. There's something about ORLY coin. I kind of like it. It's it's obviously just kind of a stupid meme coin, but it's one of those ones where there was like no hash on it, so I got the smallest nice hash order I possibly could,
and raised the diff like.
Yeah, doubled the difficulty, of course. Ended up being like half the network hash for like 3 days with the smallest nice hash order I could get. And I really like those kind of coins. And I saw a funny thing in the thread where somebody paid Yobit to list it for the dev, which is something, I think we saw that with Cbit too. Somebody allegedly did that. Yobit hasn't followed through with it.
Oh yeah, that was weird. I read that too.
It's kind of interesting to see, kind of a sign that there's a lot more people coming into these communities right now, maybe than there were a few months ago. As you're seeing this kind of stuff, a lot more energy of people kind of trying to help the coin succeed.
Yeah, that's cool that you say that. I toyed with the idea of paying Yobit to list a coin myself today. We won't even talk about which it is because it's kind of a long shot shit coin. But
those are my favorite.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I don't know. I don't want to plug it. I
understand.
But like, I talked to the dev and he's not really looking to do it, so I figured, may as well. And I don't know. You have to. I think I was told that you have to talk to Blacksmith by private messaging the Yobit account on Bitcoin Talk rather than the site, because nobody looks at that. You get so much spam and so much junk coming through Yobit. Like, that's not actually the way to get a coin listed on there.
That's pretty funny. I like that. Is it? If it's a long proof of work coin, you might as well wait a few days, right, and get stock up a few.
Exactly, yeah, and this is I guess what people are doing. They're trying to let it go into the radar, mine all of it, and then suddenly pay to list it because you have more than the devs pre-mine.
Nice. That's funny. Is there anything else that you want to mention or talk about you were mining not so fast?
I think the rest of it anything that matters, we'll get to it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. I also, the reason that I was going to mention this EvoPoints one again is that they just keep posting, and it did get listed on CoinGather Exchange, and people are mining it. And so that's another one that I would not have mined myself, but I'm always amazed that, it could change into something else.
Yeah.
I haven't been paying too much attention to that one, but if just one of those coins, if there's a little bit of mining going on and they can keep it together for a long time, then it's probably one just to potentially keep an eye on.
It reminds me of one that we'll get to when the birthdays at the end too, because it's a charity coin, which I didn't like about it. But
yeah,
you can just kind of keep pushing that stuff. It seems like, I don't know.
It's such a funny premise.
Charity is charity. I mean, people are always trying to get you to donate to charity. I don't know, anything with points. I'm just like, points sounds like loyalty points, shit that companies give away for free. Like, it doesn't feel like it has value for me to make effort. It feels like something I should just get, and so anything that turns me off. It's bad branding in crypto. Bad branding.
That's a
I
good
agree.
Point. And so we were gonna have Shape Twist on the show tonight, the developer of Warp, but he's not feeling well, and it's really late where he lives as well, so he needed to have some rest. But Warp has been doing pretty well as far as month-old CoinCan is getting listed on multiple exchanges, and it's crazy because a lot of ICOs usually dip below their ICO price for some period of time, it seems like, afterwards, but this one at this point hasn't, so maybe it still will for all I fucking know. But
was this a Yobit IPO?
No.
He Shape Twist actually, no escrow, just ran it himself.
Oh my gosh, really? Just a
main risk. But if you invested in it, yeah, I think the crowd sale ended up being, it cost just under 3,000 Satoshi per coin.
Wow.
Yeah, that's correct.
What, 5K today? Is that what it hit?
The highest I saw it was like 60K, I think.
Oh damn.
Yeah. But that wasn't very, very long. I think it's between like 35 and 40 now, or something like that.
Fine. And it's on Bittrex. Yeah, I find prices on Yobit are always more elastic on Bittrex. Somebody is willing to be ridiculous on Yobit.
Yeah, usually Yobit's been so fucking funny this week. It's hilarious, man.
My favorite thing with Yobit is you just have to put high sells out there, because like there's never there's always these huge price spikes on Yobit, but there's never any buy support that follows them.
Yeah,
and it's you'll see coins go up 200x like in a day, but that'll be like it'll be for 1 second or whatever.
Yeah,
and I've had
it's realistic to do that. Me and one of the SysCoin developers, we both set high sells on SysCoin when it was during that pump, and we both sold it for like all the way up to 5,000 Satoshi. We cashed out on some SysCoin. It was pretty
nice.
Yeah.
That coin SwagBucks that I mentioned earlier is one of those ones that's been like that for me. It launched and it started trading like early at like 30,000, and I just had a bunch of high bids. And then one day somebody bought up the entire buy order book up to like 0.1 bitcoins per SwagBucks, and I sold like a fraction of a SwagBuck at that price, but it just made me laugh so much. And it just like keeps dropping to like 30,000 or 5,000 and then spiking again. Just today it was up to like 400,000 again. I ended up selling them all this time, but I'm sure I'll get a chance to buy back in.
That's a nice roller coaster.
Yeah. Yeah, another one I saw that actually got bought this week on Yobit was Crave Coin. That's pretty hilarious.
Yeah, Crave Coin up 3,000%, which is just so funny to me.
Yeah, it's surprising it even works still.
It probably doesn't.
Yeah, I wonder if the chain... One of my favorite things about Yobit is they keep these dead chain coins trading, so like you never even know if people could possibly sell them.
Or send them there, or withdraw, yeah.
And you would think that like the node would be alive, because if Yobit's hosting a node and you want to send it from your wallet, that's 2 nodes. That's enough to revive a coin. But I don't think Blacksmith publishes the nodes for all those dead shit coins.
I've never seen it.
Yeah, if you ask for it, like you're probably not going to get it. It's just I think I have a deposit of TrickDickFunBills.
Oh my god, I loved TrickDickFunBucks.
A of last year, and it's just sitting there in my account. It's in limbo, stuck forever.
That's incredible. Yeah, I definitely my list of Yobit coins is just something special. TrickDickFunBucks was a great one.
Oh man. And we were reached out to as well by the MonetaryUnit community, and Not So Fast. You know a little bit about that coin?
Yeah, it's one of those ones. Well, it's it's got to be over 2 years old now. in like the I guess the summer of altcoins of like 2014, when just there was like 10 launches a day, and there was just so much going on you couldn't figure out what was what. MonetaryUnit was launched with like a completely different perspective on the short proof of work and then proof of stake like Blackcoin clone thing. He was just trying to make a truly distributed coin with an anti-instamine, and then just try anything and everything. So like the initial coin reward for like I think the first 30 days was something so small like 0.0025 of a monetary unit, and it was Quark, so CPU mineable only at that time, and then the reward increased to like 40 coins per block, what it is today. And the cool thing about MonetaryUnit is they try everything and anything, and if it's working they keep on it, if not they don't. And because of my early interest, like sometimes the dev will do me like just every so often hitting me up and bouncing an idea off me, and it's really cool to see how somebody's trying so hard to do stuff with an altcoin just to get it used, or any kind of crypto used, and it may as well be his. So he's got like a sandwich board guy walking through Las Vegas. I think the guy hands out like wallets or just advertises MonetaryUnit, and he's got all these stores on the strip or in a mall in that area or something that accept MonetaryUnit.
Yeah.
At till. Like, it's so cool that, and this is just one of the things he's doing. He's got like a bank, a centralized bank where you can deposit you and earn interest, and like so many other initiatives. If they don't work, he lets them go, and if they do work, he hangs on to them, and he's really creating something cool.
Cool. What's that one with the interest? How does that work?
I don't really know, but I think he just funds it out of his own holdings. Like, if you deposit some MonetaryUnit, he will pay interest as though you were staking, and the risk you take is the counterparty risk with him.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. I see.
Yeah, it's
cool. Like a cloud staking type of thing.
Yeah, pretty much, except it's real simple. Like, he just, however long you have it there for, he pays you interest. It might even all be manual, I don't know. But very hardworking and creative developer. And it's more like a fun experiment for him, and he really gives a shit too. Like, he's market making on his coins, and he's trying so many cool things. Like,
nice, yeah. And I did see those like art galleries and stuff that they accepted at, which sounded cool. I was actually joking with Brandon that it would have been fun to call one of them earlier and like record a conversation asking about MonetaryUnit, see if they would be like, oh yeah, we accept that, or what exactly they'd say.
That'd be cool. That would be fun. Okay, yeah, just get your wallet, and they coach you how to do your wallet on your phone or something. That would be very cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Not very likely, but that would be awesome. But even
yes, it's a dream. It's a dream we have.
Even just to have it be possible for somebody to want to accept it as an option is pretty cool. I do like MonetaryUnit. I like, essentially, it's an older coin, and it has that old coin model where it's kind of built around services outside the blockchain. Like, we're going to have all these vendors, we're going to try and do all this stuff, we'll have the bank. And I really do like all that stuff, and it's great to see the developers sticking around. I think as far as the markets are concerned, it's just not really a good time for that kind of coin right now. Everyone's kind of super focused on like the kind of blockchain 2.0 stuff. So
yeah, absolutely.
It's hard for a MonetaryUnit to stand out, but at the same time, I don't think it's that bad for a coin like MonetaryUnit to be hanging out at the kind of lower price range. I think there's a lot that you can do with a coin that has a lower market cap. And so if you're somebody who's into MonetaryUnit, into trading it, I think it's definitely, I wouldn't be necessarily worried about the price going up 10x or something, and I would just kind of be focused on, having fun with the market as it is.
Yeah, you can flip it between the 30s and the 50s all day.
Exactly.
I think. Yeah, it's and that's the cool thing, is the developer, he's not into like creating a giant value spike. I think he's just going to stick with it as his personal pet project for a long time, and you try and try and try, fail a bunch, but then you find something that works, and if you don't try, you don't get to that point. So I think he's on the right track, and he's taking a different track from a whole lot of things. So even though he's got sort of like a crypto 1.0 type coin, which is really good analysis of yours, he's got the right idea in getting it used, because you don't have to have the latest tech in something cryptocurrency related to actually get people to use it.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like Bitcoin.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Cool. Thanks, man. And another coin that was interested in being represented was AntiBitcoin. And so Widget Get It, we'll see if I said it right, is going to join us now. We're going to try with the magic of the internet to connect to him.
I've always thought it was we get it. We'll see what's
I want to know too. I just look at his name and call him Nix the narrative.
Let's see here.
We are now calling.
So AntiBitcoin. Let's see. When did that one come out? That was last year, last winter, I believe. Let's see if I can pull up the in here.
Hello.
What's going on?
We're just talking about some coins. How are you?
I'm good, man.
Thanks for joining us.
Sure, man. Thanks for having me.
So first of all, how do you say it? Is it Widget Get It, or what were you thinking, Brando?
I think it's we get it.
No, you had it the first time.
Widget Get It.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Nice. Well, I'll definitely.
Well,
now
welcome.
Now I know.
Thanks. You
So
can say however you want to. I'm not gonna. Doesn't matter.
well, thanks. So what do you know about Anti?
Well, I got into Anti about actually I guess just last weekend. Looks like it was based to maybe make a different type of Bitcoin itself in a way, right? It's got parameters of Bitcoin from mining, supply, except for it has a POW proof of work ending straight to POS after 1 million blocks.
Oh, nice.
So
What?
that's a kind of a new twist on using the Bitcoin parameters itself.
Yeah,
it does take in some other coins, PHPCoin. It has some zero. I was going through the GitHub today because I didn't want to be not that technical, right? But it's got some zero coin parameters in there too, and I think that might be some of the. I'm not sure if that's some of the proof of work or some of the anon. So, like I said, I can't read code, but it has to be either of those two factors.
Yeah. That's cool, yeah, and it seems like it has some sort of development going on as well.
Yeah, so we've got a developer that's working with the code in GitHub. We've got a web developer that is developing the new website. And then I guess you've got me. I can do a little bit of website work, but I think the new website's going to be full HTML5. So that's going to be on him. I don't know HTML5. And we're going to develop services basically around it. One of the things I was thinking about earlier today is I would like to get a web hosting service that we can use Anti for.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that'd be really great.
And
it seems like
things like that.
Yeah, having things that people that are already interested in computers and the internet can buy with coins seems like a really good place to start.
Yeah.
Web hosting. Different
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I like web hosting. I'd like to do close.
Yeah.
I don't know about the whole gold and silver thing. Like, I don't know, man. Some people threw that at me. I'm like, meh.
I mean, why? What do you like? There's like never. It's something. Gold and silver are really difficult to exchange. So like the idea of trying to peg something that's like cryptocurrency that's like totally in the digital realm to something that's like completely anchored to the physical world doesn't seem like, it just seems like a contradiction of ideas to me.
Yeah, I can like I'm from Texas, and Texas considers alts basically a commodity like gold and silver rather than a currency itself, right?
Definitely.
So
I think that's kind of a good way to think of it too, because most alts realistically never will be used as a currency. They're mostly used for speculation, and so to kind of to classify them that way makes a lot of sense, and to think about them from that context makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. So, we're not, and I know the name doesn't really say, I think, a lot of exactly what we're trying to do.
Oh, sure, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, really, it's just because we want it to be cool. Like, we want it to be cool and fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, man, I've been involved with many alts, and sometimes the seriousness gets in the way of the whole thing of it being a fun project to do.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And it's not going to be about that. If you want in, get in. If you don't, that's cool.
Cool, man.
Look at us. Catch up with us at some point if you see our name out there a little more.
Awesome. Well, we super appreciate you, filling us in with that stuff, and maybe you can join us again sometime.
Yeah, man. You could also, I also do public relations for TransferCoin.
Oh, nice.
Oh, cool. I saw that was doing really well, getting listed at different places.
Yeah, so if you want to, I did for like 2 weeks, I did a hard exchange push for that.
Cool.
Nice.
And
well, feel free to say anything. Feel free to say anything you'd like about TransferCoin too, man. I mean,
yeah. Was that a rebrand coin? Did that launch as TransferCoin? I don't remember.
Yeah. So apparently, like, I'm in love with these takeover coins. So
nice.
TransferCoin is a really great coin. The technicals on it are superb. It's full POS now. 1,440 coins a day. Block reward is split between POS and master nodes.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Was it? I think I saw it was 10,000. Is that right?
Yeah, 10,000 for a master node, which will cost you about half of a Bitcoin now, which would have costed you about a tenth of a Bitcoin 4 months ago.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah. So TransferCoin is really cool. Consistently over 100 master nodes. So we have about 1 million coins off the market supporting the network, and then you have and the supply right now I think is like 5.3 million.
Oh, nice. That's not bad.
So it's not a bad supply. That was part of my whole spread it out strategy, right? So if I could have consistently about 1 million off the exchanges and be spread across exchanges, I believed that we could keep a reasonable price with selling no more than triple digits at a time.
Nice.
So instead of seeing thousands, you see hundreds. And then later, I think when we break 10,000 a coin, I think we'll be down in the 40s and 50s and 60s. So.
TransferCoin is definitely one of those ones that I kind of always wished I had gotten in on, just because you just see it always going up and always looking strong. So it's tough to tell, like, oh man, should I get in on TransferCoin right now? And now the market looks pretty solid right now. I'm just checking it out. I haven't been following it too closely, but it definitely looks solid.
Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much follow the same strategy I did with TransferCoin with Anti.
Mm-hmm.
I think from a public relations standpoint, I think it works. Man, I'm telling you, I used to give out every other day, just on Twitter, I was probably tipping over 1,300 TransferCoin.
Wow.
So people were getting. I mean, one time I don't know what I was doing. Well, I knew what I was doing, but I was like, man, everything is going really good. I'm going to start rewarding people. So I was throwing out 100 TransferCoin tips on Twitter, and I don't know, what is that? What are you looking at the exchange right now?
Yeah, I think
Yep.
I think Brandon is.
Yeah, I got the Bitrix up.
Yeah. Yeah, what's that? What would 100 cost you right now?
Looking like 500,000. So what's that? $2? Not bad.
Yeah. So, you know anybody else to give you $2 for doing a retweet?
Yeah, exactly. Seriously.
Yeah,
I mean, come on, man.
Yeah, that's pretty fucking sweet.
So, I mean, and that's what it's really that. And between the both of them, Anti and TransferCoin, it's pretty much what we need to be. What I think we should be doing anyway is getting the name out, letting people know we're out there. If you want to come join us, join us. If not, it's cool. Catch us on a rise. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's sweet, man. They both look like they're going to be around for a while, and like that's one of the things that I think really matters the long term. If the coin just disappears, then you know that's usually when the price goes as well.
yeah, yeah. It's. I mean, I like crypto. I'm a fan. I have been since. I don't know, since Dogecoin, really. Like I got in like a month after Dogecoin dropped.
Yeah, that's about when we both got into crypto as well.
And I was like, you know, this is really dope.
Yeah.
Like, why not? Like, what was I doing at the time anyway? I couldn't even remember.
Hmm.
And I love how I call it crypto time, right? It's crazy. Like, in a month, you can have a completely different ecosystem, you know?
Yeah, the
it's-
market moves like it's insane how fast the market moves in crypto, and like especially when I was doing a lot of mining, it was really crazy to try to keep up with it because it's like 1 month you needed CPU rigs, the next month it was GPU, the next month it was like something completely different. It's just like it goes that way with like all of the trends. It feels like, or just it's really fun to see.
Yeah, it's really cool. I called it my crypto phases, right? Like when you're a kid, right?
Yep. Oh yeah.
You know, I went from, no man, I want a community coin, to, no man, I'm going to buy some miners and I'm going to mine the newest coin and wait
Yep.
for it to drop on an exchange and then, you know, dump it to heck.
Yep.
And then I'm like, and then I'm really just tired of mining, actually.
Did you mine any
So-
Ethereum?
No.
What do you think about that craziness?
Dude. I mean, look at the biggest hands in the software industry. You know, they're being very accepting of it. So, but the rise, it's not going to be the rise of Bitcoin. It's going to be the rise of Ethereum, man.
Yeah, you think so? Man,
Oh,
it could
man.
be. It's just it's blowing my mind every day. So
Yeah, I never thought I never thought I would even be asking the question, like, in 2016, is there going to be an altcoin this close on the heels of Bitcoin? I would have, like, probably laughed about it last year, and now here it is, just, like, slapping us in the face, pretty much. It's awesome.
Have you? So I called it that I got Ethereum punked because I saw the price, like, I don't remember what it was. It was like 0.009 or something.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, man, that's going to be ridiculous. All these have tried it, and woo, you know, big crypto trader here. No. I was like, I'm not even getting into that. It's going to fall. I know my luck. Every day, it's up and up and up and up. I'm
Yeah.
just like, man.
I know. I was mentioning earlier on the show, like basically, I'm still afraid to buy in. Like before Wednesday, it was not even at 2 million satoshis, and now it's over 3 million, and it's got
Yeah.
such high. You, like, could have bought as much as anyone in the world, basically. Fucking, it's insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm happy for him. I'm happy for the project. I'm super happy for everybody that got into it and is making really good profits on it. Because there are a lot of people out there that were like, man, I don't feel like I can turn a profit in crypto anymore. And Ethereum saved that.
Nice.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good
I feel
perspective.
the same way, too.
It seems like, then if people do make money on Ethereum, then they have time or funds, I guess, to put into other projects as well, which is fucking sweet for the entire ecosystem.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
obviously,
yeah.
it's just driving huge growth for so many different things. Like, you never would have had Decred, obviously, without Ethereum, or any of these huge launches we've seen.
I think it brings people in too.
Radium.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that was
Radium.
amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I'll tell you, and this is how, like, when I get into projects, this kind of stuff is how I fund those projects.
Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of a good outlook. I always try to think of coins like it's usually really hard to win by just being like, I'm gonna buy this coin and hold it until it goes up. It's really hard to get ahead that way. So I kind of try to think of like, how can I build a position, like with trading or with by using rentals to leverage against the exchange price or something. Just a way that I can kind of get in a little bit cheaper and build up a position with a little less risk. That's kind of my favorite way to try and play with altcoins.
Yeah, another thing that I've done too, that I think it's kind of a pain in the butt, but you can do it, is flipping domains for alts.
That's funny. I never would have thought of that.
Yeah, so I've got a few that I did in the past. So basically all I would do is when I'd see a new coin pop up, I'd go and buy their alternate extensions or even their .com if they didn't grab it yet.
Wow.
If it looks serious enough, I'd come around and be like, hey, I happen to buy your .com, so would you be willing to pay me either if I like the alt, I would take an Altus payment.
Yep.
Or if I didn't, I'd be like, just give it to me and, just give it to me in Bitcoin and be done with it.
Were there any are there any big name coins you might have heard of that you were able to get away with that on that you can talk about, or is it kind of all maybe
no,
they probably don't want you to talk about it?
Yeah, they most have asked me like, hey, like, would you mind not sharing our name?
Yeah, it's funny that crypto's so that way too. I feel like that's interesting.
It's understandable with
it is
some of the personalities that are out there. You really don't want to be on their bad side, but I can understand it.
And I got what I wanted out of it, so I don't really care, like.
Yeah, seriously.
Absolutely.
So.
Well, cool, man.
Sound really bad. I'm not a bad person because of that.
No, man.
No,
or am I just an opportunist?
That's the game. That's that's you can't you can't tell the game how to play itself. You just got to go with it.
If they thought their coin was serious, they should have bought the domain. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, and if you see too, so I'm gonna like a little bit of a prediction here for how this Ethereum ecosystem is about to go. And you should have seen a little bit of it already. Is there's going to be new alts that are going to be like when Script and Shaw came out, right?
Yeah.
That are going to be, we're Ethereum based. We have this pre-mine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
We'll defend it saying Ethereum had a pre-mine or woo woo woo. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
So that's coming. Like.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for that because the barrier to entry for Script and SHA got so low that you see it still with wallet builders and all that stuff just like constantly flooding the market. So I think it'll be fun to see this because the shitcoin developers are gonna have to step up too and be like, oh crap, now I have to work with Ethereum. Like, so even the shitcoin developers have to work a little harder, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, it's going to be a good test of technical skills.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Have I run over y'all's time? I know I get long-winded. So.
Well, I mean, we don't have any specific restrictions, but we probably should start moving on to our next part. What we should do is have you on again sometime, and we'll talk more. So hopefully this won't be the last.
Yeah, sure, man. That'll be dope. Y'all just let me know.
Yeah, man, we really appreciate you coming on the show. It's been really fun.
Sure, man. I loved it.
Talk to you soon.
Later.
Talk to you later.
Alrighty, great to hear there from Widget Get It. Obviously, he's had his hand in quite a few coins. Obviously knows a lot about the promotion side of things. So definitely cool to hear from him.
Really cool how he split TransferCoin across a bunch of exchanges to make sure that it couldn't really get manipulated or dumped too badly. That was so smart.
Yeah, I really liked his perspective on TransferCoin for sure.
Yeah, smart.
Alrighty, so let's see what we got next on our itinerary here.
We're going to talk about some new listings.
New listings. It's always fun. Just like anytime a coin gets listed, it's so exciting to see because it's always just up in the air for miners and everybody until that point, and then you get that price discovery, and it's so interesting.
Yeah,
Price discovery is so beautiful and fun.
I think there's a few big moments in a coin's life. You know, its birth, its listing.
Its inevitable delisting.
If it has a delisting, then that's one of its big moments.
Yep, the big forks and stuff. Yeah, and definitely if you were to think about the kind of the landmark days on any coin's life calendar, its exchange listings are definitely up there.
Yeah. So on Yobit this week, they've listed Trumpcoin.
Trumpcoin. This is a funny one. Did you mine any Trumpcoin?
No. No.
No, I didn't either. It's got a good price right now on Yobit. It seems like it's one of those where it's kind of it's getting lifted up just by the general bullish nature of the market, and it has one of the biggest red flags for me that I can ever see in a coin, which is they released it as a pure proof of work, and then they're talking about just patching in the proof of stake later. And it's one of those things that's they've obviously not actually tried to follow through with that at all, because it's almost impossible to take a pure proof of work chain and just add proof of stake.
I think that the actual coin technology is quite far secondary to the theme.
Yeah, that is true. That is definitely true. So that's Trumpcoin. It's out there. It's
and then some terrible ICO, BigUp, and then
BigUp.
Yeah,
BigUps.
BigUps.
It's what won't they try on Yobit?
I guess the dev was active though. He was just there. There was a guy with BigUp in his name, constantly in troll typing in all caps. So that's the theme of that ICO.
There it is.
Getting the noobs.
So funny.
Yeah.
And then Krypton was listed. That looked like
I'm mining that, and I'm still mining it.
Oh, sweet, yeah. And it looked like somebody sold it for way too cheap, it looked like, and then it popped right back up.
Yeah, it's interesting. Covertress, she's a longtime member of the cryptocurrency community, and she released Gaia Coin. I think it might be almost 2 years old. Gaia Coin's running on its own thing, but she had some plans to make this Ethereum clone with a few tweaks, and so part of what she's doing, and I think it's pretty savvy, is she's doing swap and burn for Gaia for Krypton, and yeah, it's kind of neat. Like
nice.
Decrease the supply of both, kind of resettle the market to new demand, rekindle interest in her previous coin while working on this. So far, I haven't seen a whole lot of roadmap type stuff from either thing, but this is the play that you make. So I've been mining it to try and secure the network because the block reward's really low, but there's nobody else. So I got a bunch, and
interesting.
She knows what she's doing anyway.
It's nice to have that swap too, because then anybody that did either like the dev or like Gaia, and I definitely remember that coin.
Me
it
too.
rings a bell. But then they have an opportunity to get involved in this next one without going through process of actually selling the Gaia for Bitcoin and then buying the Krypton. So that's cool.
I really like swap and burn as well,
and know about it.
It's one of those things developers kind of have gotten a lot of crap for, is like doing swap and burns, but I think it's a good way to keep your, if you're just like a small-time developer, small-time coin developer, it's a good way to keep the energy and stuff alive in your community by kind of having it go across these blockchains and maybe not anchoring it to a blockchain that might have weird distribution issues or other issues that kind of prevent it from ever going anywhere.
Yeah, that's a really cool way to put it. Recalibrate your coin to the market, and using the marketplace in a burn or a supply control rather than redo the technology, right?
Exactly, and it's people often consider it as like a slight to the old blockchain, but if there's interest in that blockchain, it's not like creating a new blockchain doesn't. People kind of think of creating a new blockchain for a coin as destroying the old blockchain, but that's not how it works. That old blockchain is there, and if people have interest in it, they're free to keep it alive.
Yeah, look at the Bitcoin testnet. I can't believe how much is going on with the Bitcoin testnet.
Is there? I haven't heard about this. Is the actual original Bitcoin testnet has like an alternate blockchain thing going on?
Oh yeah, it's still kicking. Like you can. I don't think it's frowned upon to like buy and sell testnet Bitcoin, but
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, there's still so much. I mean, they use it for testing, and there's a bunch of stuff that goes on with it. A lot of like sidechain stuff is tested on the Bitcoin testnet. I really should know more about it than I do.
I wonder what the network hash rate on it is.
I think you can just straight up use a normal Bitcoin wallet, click the testnet box in the advanced settings, and find out.
Oh, nice.
Nice. I do not have a Bitcoin wallet synced up, unfortunately.
I don't either.
No, it's just, Ethereum works, or not Ethereum. What's can't even stop thinking about Ethereum. What's the
Electrum.
Electrum? Yeah, Electrum works.
Electrum.
So well that I
Yeah.
haven't bothered.
And then there's actually a couple more that got listed within the last couple days. There was another ICO, Accelerate, on there.
Oh yeah.
I didn't look too close at that one, honestly. Do you know anything?
I think it was just 4,000% per year proof of stake, and not a lot else going on. 5 satoshis per coin. A Yobit ICO. Take your pick. There's been
yeah. Roll the dice.
Yep.
Yep.
They're like indistinguishable from each other. They're like it's like a quantum state of Yobit IPOs that they can't be distinguished.
And then they listed ValorBit, which seems like it has a exorbitant amount of upset people for what I can't understand reason.
ValorBit.
Have you seen the trolls just upset about that one? I don't get it.
No.
That was supposed to be like a promote ValorBit on Facebook, and we'll give you some coins and stuff. And I think just I don't know. There's like 300 billion ValorBit on the offer at Yobit.
Yeah, I saw that.
In 10 minutes opening, like it's done. It's locked in, and unless Yobit puts forth a Latoshi market, it's not going anywhere. But
oh man,
the Yobit Latoshi market would be incredible. I think they should actually pursue that.
yeah, that would
I
be
think they
great.
should too.
That would be really good.
They have so many coins that are just stuck at one Satoshi.
And then yesterday, I guess they listed Aquarius Coin, which I would not have seen coming, but that was not within the weeks of the show where I've been kind of really keeping track. So, but
No, I don't know a single thing about Aquarius Coin.
It was a relaunch of an old coin, but with starting from scratch again. I think. I didn't mind some, and I think it's just still sitting there on the offer. I don't know. It looked like it was a decent price, and then somebody who I guess got in there first thing and got the Instamine and dumped it down to like 100 Satoshi. So, I don't know. I didn't spend too long on it. I don't really know if there was much of a premise behind it.
yeah. Well, the age of Aquarius, right?
Yeah,
It's done.
if we're in it, then yeah.
Yeah, it's
I'm in it too now for 846 AQCs or whatever the
Oh wow.
arts. I don't even know what whatever. I don't know what the acronym is. Actually,
Yeah, it's ARC. It looks like.
ARs, that's
that's
a strange acronym for a coin called Aquarius, but what are you gonna do?
yeah.
And then on CCEX, the cryptocurrency exchange, they listed Goldmax.
Goldmax.
No, I don't know anything about that. It had a website that was like one of those super obvious scam websites. I hate it.
I don't, or CCX. We give Yobit a hard time on the show, but CCX, they really find some hilarious winners to list as well. Just like, where do these coins come from?
Yeah, it's amazing. SuperCoin got relisted.
Relisted?
Yep.
Was it delisted from CCX?
Yes.
And then relisted? Oh.
Yep.
Was it
Like a year later, like a month later.
Oh, well, very good, very good. Good for SuperCoin, I like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
TB Coin, which was kind of like another one of those Goldmax one to me, honestly. I was a little confused. Maybe I should double check, but I'm always so confused by some of the listings on CSEX.
Yeah, they're weird. They fell far. I think I got spots ruined them a little bit. He's awesome. I love that guy.
Yeah,
I think
me
he's
too. I'm a big fan.
He experiments. He doesn't give a fuck. And I've made a lot of money off his coins.
Oh my
but
gosh. Yeah, I love I got spots.
yeah, man. Because he doesn't care. He does it for the sake of experimentation. And if you get butt hurt, like he told me front. But I don't know. There's been a bunch of I just got scammed out on a bunch of different ICOs on there, and I figured, okay, well, if you get me 3 times,
That's it.
then I'm done. So I literally did get hit 3 times with something going to shit on there, and I was like, all right, there's nothing of interest for me here right now. This is not to say that might change, because I go anywhere to sell my
Yeah,
sell
exactly.
whatever.
Yep, I'm definitely.
But I like their interface too.
Yeah, that is one really nice thing about it. And they show you your entire history in one chunk, which is just terrific.
And they've
I like that.
they've been around for so long that I kind of I was really skeptical of CCX for a while for I think the same reasons. Like they had so many coins for a while that were just like kind of like above and beyond the normal degree of scam that we're used to, like really funny blockchain like manipulation scams and that kind of stuff. And so
Yeah.
they lost a lot of ground or whatever, but they've always been around. I've never had any issues with coins being stuck or anything there. So
I've had some.
Oh, that's true. That's true. You have had some problems.
But
with
in the end, it was kind of like, I accepted the risk of putting the coins on there, so I'm not fucking bitter.
A lot of people don't do that, and they should learn that counterparty
Yeah, it's just.
against. So
Could you say that one more time? I think your microphone clipped hard there.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, that's counterparty risk, and I think more people that trade cryptocurrencies on exchanges should know that. You gotta understand that is a centralized exchange, and you are basically putting your private keys or your cryptocurrency in another person's controlled wallet, and they don't have to give it back to you. I mean, you can go after them, but that's the way the rules of the game work. I mean, that's counterparty risk, and it's what blockchains are trying to protect people against by making you responsible for your own stacks.
Right. That's such a good point.
Yeah, there's a lot of people
Yeah,
that
man.
just, they kind of get the idea that these really are kind of Wild West type markets, but they don't really understand the consequences. And so when it does turn on them and they get burned, they kind of get really bitter about it. But one of those things you have to learn in crypto is that if you lose your money, you can't blame anybody but yourself. You just have to move on.
That's exactly.
So yeah, they listed that one, and then of course they listed Nuke Coins.
Nuke Coins is one. This was the Anarchist Prime developer.
Yep.
I mined this one
Cool.
A little bit early. Very low price on mining. Always had very low difficulty. And it ended up, when it got on Yobit, it was trading for one of those coins that just gets on there and it's like, this is so cheap, I can't believe it. Like, I ended up buying, I think there's only 45,000 coins total, and I ended up buying some as cheap as like 200 Satoshi. So it's like, how is this possible? And now it's on CCX, so it's kind of, obviously that's turned around in a big way, so I'm happy about that.
Nice work.
Yeah, thanks. It's still, the price is still very low. I'm not likely, you're probably not going to make a huge amount on this one, but it's just one of those fun, really.
It's just a funny
coins.
listing one.
Yeah, it's like, and again, how did it get on CCX? Like, why is
the
this
Nuke Coin
weird
or
on CCX?
the ACP dev or whatever? He's always talking in there. It's always funny.
Oh, so maybe he's got a connection there.
It's great.
But yeah, good for them.
Warp got listed
Nice.
there. And SibCoin.
SwagBucks, I don't know anything about. That one definitely got by me.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, me neither.
Weird.
No clue.
Just it just is. It's out there. It's when crypto is like this, it's funny because like there's no way you could keep up with everything. There's no way you could even possibly hope to understand what's going on with all these blockchains. So it's fun to know that there's these communities out there that I don't even know anything about, even though I'm spending all this time.
It sometimes
in
feels
crypto.
like it's tough to. Well, you definitely have to do some research if you see a coin get listed and you don't know anything about it. It's super hard to know anything. I just am less likely to get involved with those coins most of the time, it feels like.
I almost always only get in coins that I see like very close to launch.
I wonder how to get over that, Gotta-
Yeah, it's hard to. One thing I like to do, and it's not you guys probably know, like, this is news from Twitter, right? He does this thing where he Googles the main node.
Oh,
of-
yeah.
You guys probably do that too. It's so fucking brilliant. You can see, like, if it's a serial shitcoin developer and they've gotten lazy and they use the same hosting service for all their coins, like, you can see their scam history on the first page of Google. It's pretty fantastic. So
yeah, that was I saw that they posted the Cygnus one too, but then there was also those people were bitching about something in there too. I don't know. I never know. Unless I saw some really obvious ones, I probably wouldn't know what was up, I guess. But sometimes you do, that's for sure.
Yeah, it gives you extra points of information, right? Like, if you see that, like, a developer was working with some awesome altcoin that's got a bright future ahead of it, then you think, oh, this is kind of cool. They're hosted on the same thing. Or if you see that it's wallet, then you know it's wallet builders, and you know.
Oh yeah, that one's probably one of the most useful ones for sure.
Yeah,
that's definitely nice to know.
The other ones sometimes I feel like are harder to discern, like what the actual, like they could all just be using similar hosting services, and occasionally they end up on things. It's kind of, I mean, I'm not trying to make an excuse for any Bitcoin, especially not Cygnus, but I don't think that I'm always sure that means the coins are related. In the coin builder's case, it seems obvious. So I don't know. Maybe I should be more skeptical.
Yeah, it's a good point. I don't want to like just dismiss a blockchain because it's on a bad node, but at the same time, maybe that is a really good reason to dismiss a blockchain. You know? Like,
hey, it's just information, right?
It's hard to know. It's cool. Bittrex managed to list 2 coins finally. They listed Warp as well, and they listed DNet, which seems to be doing really well, and I knew nothing about. So maybe somebody from DNet can tell us something sometime. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I would love to hear about a little more from the darknet community. It looks like it's a fork.
Yeah, it's a straight up almost. Well, actually, no. It's a clone of Dash or Darkcoin.
Another Dash coin.
Yeah, but he did it. He did it really well. So he increased the supply, the total eventual supply. He made it so that the block reward's 250, but instead of a pre-mine, the developer gets 50 of those 250, and master nodes cost 10,000 DNet each. I know I mined really early, and I think my order on NiceHash just ran out right now, but I've kept mining it.
Nice, man.
One interesting thing about DNet is that there was like really, really high level discussion in the thread where people gave a shit, and it's got a ton of master nodes up and running already. And it seems to work. Oh yeah, it starts staking in a year too. So it's proof of work in master nodes right now, and then it starts staking in a year. And the thread was like the most legit, concerned, interesting, respectful discussion of altcoin governance that I've seen maybe ever.
Wow.
And epically, you guys probably know 22 Loops. He came in and he just derailed it in the most spectacular, hilarious fashion that I've ever seen. It's very funny, that man. I love that guy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So, and it's still, rolling along. And I think, it got enough eyeballs at the point where I think, there may or may not be like, a China group behind it. It's done.
You're starting to clip a little bit again there. Could you repeat that last little bit, please?
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
No problem.
Yeah, no, it's definitely got some, I think, pump group interest behind it, regular buyer interest behind it. So, yeah, it's I think it's a long-term winner at least. Like people
nice.
Are pretty.
You think that one will be around for a little bit?
Absolutely.
Oh,
well,
cool.
It's got a lot of good masternode. I think probably as many nodes as TransferCoin has. Maybe not quite, but in a short time, it's come a long way.
Nice, man.
I'm kind of surprised to see it because I kind of felt like the era of the masternode was over in a lot of ways, compared to the when there was like every coin had masternodes and it was like you had to set up your masternodes right away to really compete. And I got to admit I'm surprised to see this coin doing so well. But obviously, especially look at the names involved, a lot of time the markets are going to respond just based on that.
Yeah, it's doing great.
That's true.
It's awesome. Bittrex.
So, yep, congratulations to DNet for getting on Bittrex. Obviously, going to be a lot of volume on that one.
Then CoinGather is the one that added EvoPoints, which I've never actually traded on there. I do think that I don't think they've ever been like a problem for people from what I've read, but there's just never any volume, and they list weird coins. So I don't know why you do that.
It's the plight of the small exchange. It's like, oh well, maybe if I trade these weird coins and no one else is trading, then I'll get some volume. But I think for small exchanges, you just have to be patient, because the big dogs ahead of you will inevitably, a few of them will fail and kind of make room for you to climb. So you just have to be there and be consistent for a small exchange.
I thought Blue Trade was going to pick up some steam after that Decred thing.
Maybe
They have.
I bet they have.
Oh, they have, actually. They've got a good little Ethereum market going there. Where they trade in Ethereum today. I have them open all the time, which is good. Yeah, they had like 38 Bitcoin volume Bitcoin volume of Ethereum, and then 16 a Decred, 3 a Dash. Like, that's not bad. That's more than they had like a few months ago.
Oh, for sure, man. That's great for them.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's a great baseline
Fantastic.
for a small exchange.
Yeah.
Those guys I trust a lot. They're good.
Yeah, they've always been a good exchange, but it was cool when I went there to trade Decred, that when it came out or whatever, it was way improved. The interface looked totally different than the last time I was there, so that was great too.
Do they have an
Cool.
API? Do they have API support? Do you know?
I
I'll have to
think
check
they
that
do.
out.
Oh yeah, they do. API, right, bottom right corner. Yeah, they've got API support. I don't know how extensive it is, but
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
then we're going to talk about all these really, there's so many different types of new coins. We got SpaceCredit, which was one of the Argon 2 coins, and it was, he says, I'm going to launch it, and then at some point in the thread he made a post, and it was launched without updating the main posts. Pretty fucking ninja.
Yeah, like a ninja within a ninja. Just
And it was like an ultra reductive blockchain reward, of course. And
super instamine.
so I think very few people hold all the coins, and they're really hoping it gets listed. Probably my guess right now.
Yeah, I don't see any reason for anyone
Definitely
to
can't
try
mine
and get
it.
in on it.
Definitely
Yeah.
can't mine it, but you might be able to do something.
If you're one of those insta-miners, whatever, have fun, I guess.
Microcash. That was a hero member post, which is cool, but yeah, it's looking 5 years in the making.
5 years in the making. So Microcash is one of the oldest cryptocurrencies, apparently. That's good to see.
I need to look at that one. That was one that got by me.
Seeking devs, that's one of my favorite things to see in a Bitcoin announcement. Like, oh, guys, 5 years in the making, seeking developers. Like 5 years of, like, being in a napkin or something. It's funny.
So I don't think it's ready to launch or anything. I'm confused. So
No, nothing there.
Sucash, Suchain. This
Sucash.
one.
I like Sucash, maybe.
Sucash.
I don't know.
Suchin.
Succotash.
This
It
one
sounded cool because they were going to fork Zero Cash to make this coin, but then as the initial, like, oh cool, a Zero Cash fork maybe front running them wore off, I don't think they're ready to really do anything.
Yeah, it looks like
That's sort of exactly what I took from it as well. It'd be nice though to have somebody do a. They said they would have been the first, apparently.
Yeah, Zero Cash is one of those, like, that's been one of those, like, promises that's never been kept for so long now. Like, we're going to be the best Zero Cash implementation, and then, nothing.
We're still waiting for the first.
Yeah, the first best Zero Cash implementation. That would be great. RORCoin next, a new low difficulty altcoin. Looks like it was made by a...
There was a lot this week. It was weird. I felt like it's back to that thing where people are just like posting this stuff. It almost seems like maybe I've always, I love to imagine things that might not be real, and one of them is that there could be somebody that's actually programmed something that's just making the blockchains and making the posts.
Oh, that'd be great. I mean,
It's
there was
that
that
obnoxious.
there was that great bot that was spamming the altcoin forum for so long. So to imagine it, being able to actually just simulate the altcoins as well would be fantastic. I think that'd be great.
That would be hilarious.
But in this case, I think it looks like it's just like a high school or something. A high schooler or someone just like, I'm going to make a blockchain. And why not? Whatever.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And then BitAltcoin.
Was that a crypto night?
Yep.
The crypto night?
I tried to mine it and failed. I couldn't get it working.
I
Yeah,
also
I
tried to
noticed
mine
that.
crypto note once and never succeeded. So I guess good for the people that can mine it. But I mean, crypto. Obviously, this algorithm has done well for Monero and whatnot.
And Neptunium is going to relaunch or something, so that's always not a good sign.
I really am a big fan of the Planet coins. Saturn coin was one of the first coins that I ever...
Oh, yeah.
That was the first coin that I ever mined at launch, actually. And I got like a shitload of Saturn coin, and it was awesome with just my one graphics card. Felt like
Wasn't there a
Nice.
Saturn 2 as well? They ended up...
Yeah, oh yeah. There was a whole...
Oh, yeah.
It went on and on and on. I couldn't believe it. I was like... That kind of was the weirdest point for me, because I was like, all right, I got all these coins for nothing. These could never be worth anything. And then all of a sudden, it's like people buy them and like Saturn coin. I'm like, well, that's funny. That's interesting.
Yeah. And PHPCoin was announced.
Yeah, I'm mining that one and still perversely mining it. Because it's a wallet builder's coin,
Oh, good.
which is, but the proof of work and proof of stake is functional.
Okay.
So I'm kind of like, the dev posted the announcement, and then he didn't ever reply to anything. So like, I think my last post is still the most recent post in the thread, and I like edited it to
Yeah,
call
you're
him
right.
out.
It is. Yeah.
Hey man, and he's logged in twice since I posted that and not done anything. So is this still a go? Is it not a go? I don't know. But now I have a
man.
bunch of those PHP coins. But like, I'll just turn off my rig and keep the network secure by staking. And that's what I found with a few of these like kind of semi-abandoned coins, is they'll have no proof of work hash, but as long as there's a few wallets with enough coins to stake, I mean, the network will just sit there as long as 2 clients are open, and then maybe something happens, maybe nothing happens, probably
Yeah.
nothing.
I had a coin like that a long time ago on CCX. It was called Phalanx. It was an SHA coin. And it had like
Oh, yeah.
it had no miners. And I was just like the only miner on it for weeks at a time. And then like I would go off of it, and then it just mysteriously pumped like 30x at one point for no reason. It was incredible.
Was that PXI?
It was PXL, I think, or PLX.
PX?
I think it was PX. I think it was PXL.
Okay, yeah, PXL Phalanx. Yeah, okay. I probably shouldn't say, but eventually the developer of that coin reached out to me and asked me to kickstart the chain working again. So I mined it. And then like I kind of figured, okay, something's gonna go on, better set some high sells. And yeah, I got that little bonus from that whole thing. But it's kind of in the where are they now category. I mean,
Long gone. It's long gone.
yeah. And I didn't like have any kind of malicious intent or anything. It's just
of course not.
I,
No,
I was I was approached to help out. I'm like, oh, whoa, this is dead. I remember mining this.
Do you remember Karpeles Coin at all?
I remember the name of it only.
That one
What
was,
a-
that one was hilarious for Brando.
Yeah, I mined that one. It was like, it traded on this Allcrypt exchange, and it was
Oh.
like, I don't know if you remember Allcrypt, but it was a great little like side exchange. It was only traded there,
I do.
and there was this person who just was buying all of the Karpeles coin on Allcrypt exchange
We
for no.
Called him the Karpeles Fairy.
Yeah, the Karpeles fairy. I would just mine these Karpeles coins with whatever I wanted, like rentals or whatever. You'd throw them up on freaking Allcrypt, and like within a week, the Karpeles fairy would come along and buy them for just, like, the most ridiculous
You know
prices.
what? I have a theory as of 3 seconds ago that it's actually Mark Karpeles himself spending his stolen Docs Bitcoin on his
Penitence.
Bitcoin because he's got so much he doesn't know where to spend it. So
It was allegedly, the coin was allegedly going to be as a fund for MT Gox victims, which just goes back to that charity coin theme of like, yes, I'm going to help a victim of MT Gox by buying a shit coin. That's a stretch, but that was a hilarious coin for me.
well, crypto is the land of stretches like that, though.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
Anything's
absolutely.
possible. That's what we're learning, apparently.
Yeah.
And then RaiBlocks came out. This one actually has a website, which is better than some of the ones that were from today. And they've got
Yeah, I've got the wallet open right now, actually.
Yeah,
Nice.
and it looked like they had like some sort of drop too.
Any kind of website,
that
kind of website, honestly, at launch these days is a pretty damn good sign, in my opinion.
Yeah,
It used to be like kind of a mandatory thing, like in 2014, and then we all lowered our standards a lot for a while there. But I'm happy to see that websites and that kind of stuff at launch is coming back.
No, this one's cool. I actually looked into it from receiving your list, so I owe you guys a debt of gratitude because it seems cool. Like it looks like very bare bones, but coded like from the ground up, like not Qt, but working Windows wallet, similar to Vanilla Coin, though that's kind of an unfair name drop. And the premise is that you spend a little bit of MRAI as a micropayment to block ads and pay the developer rather than just blocking ads. So
you're starting to clip a little bit again, not so fast. Could you go back to
shit, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, okay. So it's basically replacing an ad blocker to facilitate if you don't want to see an ad, you pay a little MRAI and everybody gets paid, everybody's sort of happy.
Oh, interesting.
That's a really cool idea. I think it's a way of everybody loves ad blocker, but sometimes you actually do want to be able to support the content you're viewing. So that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
idea.
I think there are companies doing that, but to do it with a cryptocurrency is kind of neat, especially one with a bespoke, if bare bones wallet, and you just go in, get the wallet, and I have it running Sandbox just in case. But there's 1,000 MRAI payout if you just test it, and it happened. It paid in like less than a second.
Nice. Yeah, I was definitely going to do that. I've been working like for the last 20 hours, so I'm going to get there as soon as I'm soon here.
I think what you're pointing out there about the bespoke wallet is that's a huge selling point, I think, for coins these days. People are definitely, it's really tough to sell the same old QT right now. Like, you can get a little bit of support behind it, you can get a small pump, but if you really want to have a big Plonings type market these days, they're all coming from these kind of weird off different wallets.
This one seems. I love the website actually. It's really well put together.
Yeah. So RaiBlocks, honestly, I like what I see so far.
Worth checking out.
FUCoin, FUCoin. Yeah, this is another one that doesn't look like it's correct.
It looks like a high schooler computer science project or something, or just
nice.
a virus, or not.
LaboCoin. What was that one? I think it's the same thing, right?
Just another.
Yep, exact same thing.
A lot of these half these launched today, didn't they?
No, not yet.
We're
there now. Now we're there. Now we're to today.
Waves.
Which is a
crypto waves.
An Ethereum. Oh, was it? No, NXT based.
It's inspired.
There
by
was
NXT.
one that was Ethereum based token that's coming up, I guess then. But yeah, this one's NXT.
NXT. Have you ever bought an NXT asset? Not so fast. I haven't jumped down that rabbit hole.
I have an NXT wallet, and I had it early enough that I got aired a few assets on there. So
cool.
It's kind of neat. They haven't really done a whole lot for me. I think that little ecosystem, though it was kind of easy to interface with once you got going with it. I don't know why it fell by the wayside, but it didn't really fall by the wayside. I mean, NXT was a 2 Satoshi ICO, and it's trading at 1,000 times that, sort of.
Yeah.
So
I don't think anyone
people
can ever
made
complain.
their money. Yeah, exactly. If you got in at the beginning, you did
Definitely.
real well. And I have a lot of people. I know a lot of people that are big believers in it. I guess Crypto turned me onto it. He's a good guy.
You're starting to clip just a little bit again. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. All good. I got to talk for shorter amounts of time, maybe.
Maybe. You sound really clear when it's clear.
I got a bad USB hub with this microphone. I think that's what it is.
That's all good.
But yeah, it's NXT was one when it was announced, it looked interesting to me, but honestly, I didn't understand it. I was a little confused, and I think if I had understood it better, I maybe would have been more interested to get at the beginning.
I think when NXT came out, I was really just interested in clone wallets. I wasn't sick of the script QT yet, so I was like, okay, this is cool, but I'm still trying to figure out how to mine these script QT launches, so I'm gonna stick to that.
Yeah, same with me.
But this actually says that it was coded from scratch too, so this is somebody that's trying to work on something. It's cool. I would say it's worth looking at.
They're making
Neva.
games,
Neva. This one was like the Bella one from before.
Nevacoin.
This time it's for the girlfriend, dude.
Oh my gosh, that's so sweet.
But I was laughing because it was kind of like Neva, like it's never gonna come out.
Oh yeah.
But I bet her name's Neva. I don't know.
I mean,
Let's hope that she gets rich as shit.
Yeah, I'm sure it's just gonna be like a complete windfall for them. The power of love in blockchain form. But whatever. If I would never begrudge somebody their right to make a
awesome.
blockchain for their girlfriend. So good for him.
Hopefully it works, and women love cryptographically secured blockchains.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's a wedding gift or something. Is a blockchain.
He said it was the best. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Not so fast.
Oh yeah, no. Instead of getting a plane to write her name in the sky, just get her own altcoin.
Yeah. Well, in his post, he actually says he thinks it's the best gift he can get her.
She may disagree with that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things where you get it for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seriously. It's like, oh, I got you this electric drill.
Okay. Procomcoin was next, which has a website again, but so it's better than like a couple of these this week. But I don't know. I can't really tell. It's tough.
Procomcoin.
I'd say it's one of those super copy-pasty ones.
It's just like people will throw anything at the wall. It's pretty incredible.
And then Celestial. This must be the one that was the Ethereum. Oh, delete. Dang.
It's a delete. What?
It's too bad.
Really? I thought that was the
Oh,
one.
is it all gone?
Yeah, it's gone now.
It wasn't Ethereum the next big thing?
No, it was going to be an Ethereum token. Like, it was a contract that would allow people to buy a coin or an asset on that Ethereum chain, but apparently it doesn't work.
Would you get it was talking about crypto time? Apparently this one's definitely lived its life on crypto time of about 3 hours.
Yep. And then Project Hawk, it seems like, again, kind of, similar to the one that was 2 before this.
This is just feels like an old school launch.
Yeah,
like,
the Procom one.
All you need is a node type launch, and looks like it's SHA. I'm sure it had a nice 200 block Instamine, and then we'll see. It has increasing block rewards, so Instamine is really a big deal, but it's also probably not ever going to go anywhere. I predict Hawk is one of those ones that'll show up on YoBit and kind of disappear into the mist after
that sounds
week
about
or two.
right.
I'm just checking out the hash right now, and it's got 200 terahash on pool.mn and 18
Really?
workers. So that's nothing to sneeze at for a new launch, especially SHA. That could have, I don't know, YoBit dumping legs. I'm not going to say it'll have any more than that, really. But
It
do you see what block it's at?
Oh, let's see.
I'll try to look.
I'm not logging in.
I'm almost
Oh,
there.
looks it's at 558 next network block.
It's funny that people are putting all this hash on it when it's at these low rewards too. That's interesting.
Well, it looks like it ramps up and then it ramps down, that's kind of nice.
I would say hopefully it doesn't get listed on YoBit. Give it a week or maybe 3 or 4 days or something, and then check that difficulty again.
Yeah, give it some time to ripen. Hey, I see all these anon miners, and I wanted to ask you because Brandon, I know you from seeing your name always mining with like tons of hash before I knew you could rent rigs.
That's funny. I'm mostly anonymous on pools these days.
Yeah. I wondered about that, like whether people mine anon. Like, I get the reasons for doing it. I try not to, just to like say, okay, well, if I need to be anonymous to like protect an edge, I want to see if I can do it without being anonymous. But sometimes I screw it up. Like I'll find something that's nowhere, and then people will see that someone's mining and it's me, and they'll jump on, and then I'm like, God damn.
Like, oh shit, yeah, exactly. And it's just why I give people information essentially is kind of the thought behind that for most people. But if you do, I'm anonymous on some pools and not on others. But usually my mining name is Larry David. That's what you'll see. I don't know.
Oh man, okay, I think I've actually seen that.
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen it.
Hawk actually has some sort of webpage too that they have. It doesn't really have much but links, but that's something. And they have a logo. So yeah, it's interesting that people are mining it, and they have a block explorer, which some people don't make it ever that far. So pretty good.
So yeah, good on Hawk. It reminds me of Gravity Bits. Like that came out like a month ago, and I was like, oh shit, this has 200 terahash, so there's probably going to be a little pump behind it. And it was just like Yobit straight into the ground coin, and I've seen it. I see these like maybe once or twice a month. So I kind of think Hawk might be our monthly allotment for those, but that doesn't mean it's not worth watching.
And I think that was the most recent one that was just announced that I noticed.
That was it. That's the launches. That's this week's selection. Nothing super spectacular except maybe RaiBlocks.
I don't know. There's a few in there, man. I don't know. gotta.
All right, you're more patient than me, I think, with some.
It's
of
like
these coins.
there's some interesting stuff.
It's like Pokemon, man. gotta catch them all.
That's true. Get one of each.
Gotta bag them all.
Yeah, there's some birthday coins, and the first one that I saw was Green Coin. His first year end birthday was on February 28th, and that was the one that reminded me a little bit of Evo, because it was a charity coin, and following the black coin phase.
It reminds me of
it looks like they switched to proof of stake this year, so at least it's still around, but I don't know. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
Bitz, B-I-T-Z.
Was turning 1 year old on March 2nd. And so happy birthday to Bitz. That's pretty good to make it a whole year. They don't have a whole bunch of posts, but they are still being traded. If they weren't being traded, I wouldn't give them a birthday, I swear.
That's where we draw the line.
That's pretty much where the line's drawn. The 2-year anniversaries are Flutter on March 4th, which actually is traded on Poloniex, which
Flutter was a great coin.
Like good. Yeah,
that was a great coin for me. It was one of the earlier coins that I ever tried to mine, just like solo mine at launch. And I ended up getting like 4 blocks, but the blockchain was just a total piece of crap. Basically, it forked like a million times. You could barely get any connections or anything, so I pretty much forgot about it, and I don't think it sat like untraded for a really long time, quite a few months. Then all of a sudden it showed up like on MintPal with like, this ridiculous price, and I was able to sync my old wallet and sell them. So I have a attachment to Flutter Coin.
Was it forking so much because it had really fast blocks and nobody figured out how to make those work properly yet?
I don't remember. I didn't know. I didn't really know very much about the specifics of mining back then. It
didn't matter back then. Summer of altcoin.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, oh, there's a new altcoin launch today.
Mine it.
Give me.
Another one that has actually 2 years old now is Eienstienium, and it's also on Poloniex.
That was a huge pump. That was definitely around the black coin time too, and it was like every coin was just pumping like crazy.
It seems
was that like an old school Bob surplus?
I don't even remember, man, but I remember it was all for science, is another charity type one.
Oh man, so great that they did that for science.
Yeah. Well, it's still trading on Poloniex, which I mean, I feels like now if you can make it 2 years, get listed on a big exchange, people are trading 70,000 Bitcoins.
Yeah, they just got listed on Poloniex, right?
No, they've been on there for a while.
Oh, they have been.
I think so, yeah. But it's just funny to me. 2 years, man, that's amazing.
That's awesome.
But I mean, it seems like there's a bunch of them out there. I mean, just because, obviously they keep coming up.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of coins that have really gone the distance. So
that's amazing.
I think it's pretty cool to see. I would not have guessed 2 years ago that this many coins would still be around. And like with active communities and stuff, and still trading well on these. Like, I definitely would have guessed that Poloniex would have $20 million a day of volume. So
no, it was totally different.
It's incredible.
So those are our birthdays. Happy birthday to all of our esteemed birthday coins this week.
And yeah, that is pretty much the show this week.
I want to thank everybody for listening. We had a great time. Especially want to thank Not So Fast, our special guest this week. It was great chatting with you, man. Great having your perspective. You're definitely welcome on the show anytime.
It's very much appreciated.
Thank you guys so much. I'll fix up my connection before, but Brandon, Jukely, really thank you so much for having me. It's really cool to get to talk to you guys.
Thanks, man. Yeah, we hope it can be like a platform for people to just kind of talk about this stuff and provide another spot for everybody to get together. So
yeah, seriously. Also, of course, thanks to Where'd You Get It. We had a great conversation with him. It was definitely awesome to hear from him. This has been the Blockchain Dynamics show number 2. Did you want to talk about the SoundCloud?
Oh yeah, we're gonna, in addition to putting the archives up on Mixcloud, we're gonna start putting them on SoundCloud as well, because it lets you actually go backwards, and that's kind of nice. And then we're gonna make a Slack channel as well, so people that want to talk about altcoins can come to Blockchain Dynamics Slack, and we can all hang out.
Like we said, it's hard to. There's like so much going on right now that we can't cover it all. So if there's something really awesome going on that you think we could be talking about in crypto, then we definitely want to hear about it.
And also your coins, let us know what it is, what's going on out there. So yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yep, I'm Brandon Doge, and that was Jukely, and thank you guys for listening.
Peace.
Peace.
Good night.